back a little bit. There we go. Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm excited. I haven't touched my accordion in 2 weeks. I just got back from Toronto, and yeah, I didn't get a chance to play the accordion there. If you have any questions, ask them. Let me turn on live chat. Live chat. Good. Now I can see everything. I'll start off by playing a song. Today we have about a half hour before we go out, and I thought it'd be fun to play some music and obviously answer your questions. It's always weird, right, to pick up an instrument after not having played it for a while. Those of you that joined, ask if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. I have some topics in mind, but I'll wait till there are a few more people. Yeah, the first song, my fingers haven't touched music in a while. So it's slow getting into it. So let's do some songs. This is Knights of Cabiria. Yeah, things aren't quite clicking. I haven't played in a long time, and it just sounds it sounds a bit off. Hello, California. Awesome, amazing. How long have you been playing for accordion, Kevin? To Kevin. Por una cabeza. Yes, I can. Um, yes, I can. I can play por una cabeza. What did I want to say? Yeah, I want to say a few things. One is, sometimes, so in that last song, the theme from Knights of Cabiria, the song never quite clicked. I never quite settled into it. Wherever you are, I hope you're drinking coffee or tea. A little less than a year. Amazing. What song are you working on, accordions, to Kevin? Yeah, right? The song never really clicked for me. I don't know why. It could be that I haven't played in a while. Could be that I was trying to force it, right? Let's do Por una Cabeza. And I'm going to stick to the musette sound. I was trying to play around. Let's just stick to musette. A little better. Thanks for the request. To go back to that Knights of Cabiria song, a bunch of things weren't happening. Sorry, this is just me being self-critical, but I think it might be helpful to hear this out. My left hand, the song goes from C minor to F minor, or you can go from the C minor to the A flat or the C sharp. Da 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 da. There. And I was trying to land that, and I think I got it once out of the 8 times that I need to do it in the song. So in my head, as I'm playing it, it's kind of frustrating, right? You can go for the easy one, C to F minor, ba da da da. But I wanted to go ba da da da. There it is. So every time I missed it, it's a little bit frustrating, right? I'm just gonna move the phone a little bit. Yeah, anyways, thanks for the request to Por una Cabeza. You're very beautiful playing. Hello from Uruguay. Amazing. Hello. Yeah, and Por una Cabeza. Show us more of those legs. Nantes is beautiful. Yeah, while people are listening, I'll make a separate video about this, but On my website, Accordion Love, people can request songs. And I say, hey, tell me what song you want to learn. I'll learn it and put the sheet music. And tell me how long you've been playing for. So what's your proficiency level from 1 to 5? And this can be about a 2-minute idea. And sometimes the songs are very doable. And I'll do a video and it's like, hey, the song has about 4 or 5 chords. Here are the chords and here's how to play the song. Based on your proficiency level, it's very doable. I got a few requests, and there are a few requests, for example, Bohemian Rhapsody. What's your proficiency level? 1 out of 5, which means this person's a beginner, and he wants to play, or she wants to play Bohemian Rhapsody. It's a really hard song, even if your proficiency level is a 4 or 5. I consider myself proficiency level 4. I can't play Bohemian Rhapsody on the accordion. I could break it down, but the performance of it is really difficult. So what's my rant? What is this spiel all about? Sometimes, I guess, keep in mind that your proficiency level will dictate what songs you can play. It's the same as cooking or learning to speak another language. As a proficiency level cook of 1, I can make certain salad dressings and I can prepare certain dishes. For me to attempt to do like a 3-layer cake from scratch with a dough and letting the yeast rise perfectly, if I want to do that as proficiency level 1, it's going to be really difficult. I need to learn certain skills before I can attempt those more difficult pieces. So just keep that in mind when you do make requests, that you may not be there yet. I could show you how to work towards that. So with Bohemian Rhapsody, I would work on knowing all the chords, right? There's that. Right, that section, we can tackle it little by little. All it is it's triads, right? Those are just triads, right? You need to learn those triads in every chord. To attempt the whole song, it's kind of like a proficiency level 5 plus. Anyways, that's my little 2-minute spiel about that. Let's play some Beirut and let's see what other people have been writing. Awesome, Zach. Thank you. Hello, Uved. Okay, let's do Nantes, and then we'll keep playing. If you have requests, if you have questions, please ask, and let's play. Nantes. Let's do it in another key. I played in D minor. Let's play it in F minor. It's a horrible idea, but it might work. yeah, Beirut, Nantes, to the ending of, what song was that in the end? Postcards from Italy. Yeah, those songs work really well together. For those of you just joining, hello, welcome. I haven't played the accordion for 2 weeks. This is kind of a reintroduction to the instrument. I was traveling. Yeah, for level 1, what song suggestions? Whatever song you want to play that you know in your head is the suggestion. In order to play a song, you have to know it. So some really basic ones, I guess there are a few requirements. One, I would suggest knowing the song. If you have a song that's been in your head forever, Happy Birthday to You, great. Ode to Joy, ba 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 da ba ba, right? Mary had a little lamb. Children's nursery rhymes and folk songs are easy. The other requirement, I would say, is for there to be a one-to-one connection with your right and left hand. What do I mean? I don't know if you've seen my guide to hand separation, but it's easy for your right and left hand to do the same thing. So, in Ode to Joy, I'm going to overemphasize C major, right? This you should know. So, G. Every time I hit a note, my left hand moves to it. So it looks like this. Do, 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 do. My right and left hands are doing the same thing. Pick songs that have that rhythm. Happy Birthday to You as well. Chicken dance. Right, that one-to-one connection is there. There are lots of those songs. The level 2 song is the waltz. Is the song where the left and right hand disconnect a little bit. So Shostakovich's Second Waltz, Godfather theme song. What the disconnection looks like is this hand is doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this hand is doing la dee 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 dee, is doing something totally separate. And so, how to get to level 2 is through hand independent. AccordionLove.com. Look a few videos back. It's in the link description, in the video description. That's how you get to the level 2s and 3s. Yeah. Good question. Those are some level 1 songs. Let me know if you have any in mind, and if I know them, I could tell you whether it's an easy song or not. Yeah, can you play some Slavic Russian song? Yes, Henrik, I can. Did you learn to juggle to improve left and right hand playing, or is that a different interest altogether? Because I started to juggle around the same time I wanted to learn accordion. Did it help you, Michelle? Enrique, message retracted. This is a beautiful accordion. Where did it come from? This is an Italian accordion that I got from a garage sale last year. So, no, juggling. I started the accordion on a total whim when I couldn't take the piano from my parents' house. And I started juggling, I think, after the accordion. I think it's a great idea. Anything that can kind of stretch your mind a little bit and physicality is great. Yeah, juggling is super awesome. After juggling, there's much more hand independence. Yeah, I would strongly suggest it to anyone that wants to do it. Some Slavic songs. This is an Italian accordion. I think it does. Yeah, I think it does too. Let's play some Slavic songs and Russian songs. I'm gonna combine a few. Let's do Moscow Nights and the Tetris theme song and Katyusha and Talijanska, and I think those are all the Russian songs that I know. We'll put them into a medley. Let's start with Talijanska because I really like it. What's that song? Noche Black Guys, in there. Really nice. Those Russian Slavic songs, eh? They work really well. Thank you. Someone asked a question if I like standing to sit rather than stand. No, I love standing. It's just the way that I have this set up is for sitting. Can I move it? Yeah, it's just I prefer standing. It's just like juggling or anything. I don't know when I like to sit. I like to sit when I read. You're struggling with Una Cabeza. Where are you struggling, Uwe? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing you. Uwe. I prefer standing for music. It hurts my back a little bit after a while, so sitting helps. But in terms of movement, the song benefits from me standing. Let's see, I'll play a few songs standing up. Do I have to be back here? Yeah, there we go. What are you struggling with, Una Cabeza? Let me know. But yeah, this is just like you could dance with your instrument, right? There's a wasp's nest, so I don't want to get stung. So I'm gonna sit. Yeah, what are you struggling with Una Cabeza? Let me know. If anyone else has questions, let me know. Or song requests. 26 minutes. I have about 4 or 5 minutes left, I think, before we need to head out. What else did I want to say? I already said my thing about playing songs at your proficiency level. It's much harder for me to stand and to sit to practice more. That's okay. I guess whatever works for you. For me, it's just the ability to perform, to learn something. I sit and my head's right here and I'm figuring it out like that. To perform, I need to stand and dance with my instrument. So the left hand of Una Cabeza, I don't know if you have access to Accordion Love, but I have a full lesson on the left hand of the tango. And Uwe, is it incorporating both hands together or is it just the left hand? The rhythm of the left hand. I'll answer your question. Let me know if I'm on the right track or not. So, the left hand of Una Cabeza is in two parts. There's the introduction, which is major, and then there's the walk down, which is minor, and the rhythm. So the rhythm of the left hand, in order to do ba 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 ba, right? So it's bass, tone, incorporating both as a challenge. So here's how I would break it down. The big idea is let's break it down to more simple parts. Forget the right hand for now. Let's just work on the left hand. Forget the chords. Let's just work on the rhythm. So it's bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, right? So it's ba, 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 ba. I would start off like that. If you could do that, two, 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 right? Let's work on G minor, because that's what the song is in. So find your G minor. And let's just work on G minor, in a rhythm. You should be using, my recommendation is fingers 4 and 2. So, slow, fast, right? Can you do that? Let's keep it like that. When you say bass and tone, is bass the root, tone is the major or minor? Exactly. Pa. So pa. Is the chord. Bass, tone is the chord. Major or minor. Let's sit with that G minor. And again, this is the hand independence exercises. For Una Cabeza, let's just try and keep our right hand. Ignore the melody of Una Cabeza. Try a G minor. I'm going to put my thumb on the G and try and play the rhythm. So let's start with that left hand. And I'm going to press the G. Again. Let's try something more complicated. Still just pressing the G. If you can do that, great. If you can't, simplify it. Just tap with your right hand. Ignore the keyboard. So this hand is doing this. So we're getting more and more complicated with our right hand. If you could do that, which I'm assuming you can, let's work on some more complicated rhythms. So while my left hand is trying to maintain that tango rhythm. Keep doing that until your hands are independent. You should be able to do this and speak at the same time, which means that my brain isn't thinking about this. So it can do different things with my right hand. Eventually, you could start mastering the left hand. So in Una Cabeza, we're going to work on the walk down. The G minor to F major, that should be automatic for you. G minor, F major, back and forth. without thinking about it, I should be able to speak and do that movement. And then from F major to E flat, B flat. Melody and left hand at the same time or separately? Definitely, definitely separate. If you're struggling, separate. When you're figuring out a song, separate. Separate as much as possible, which means we're learning things separately until we get to a problem spot. And then we're learning hands together until we get to a problem spot. Happy birthday to you, I would do hands together. When I struggle, that's when I stop doing hands together and start breaking it into hands separate. Where am I struggling? Is it the transition from G7 to C major? If so, I would just concentrate on that. Ignore right hand. There it is. And repeat that over and over again. For Una Cabeza, if you're struggling in the walk down, let's say you're trying to play it together. And over there, I can't reach the next chord. Ignore right hand. Let's concentrate on the left hand. Just the G minor, not even in rhythm. Do I know where the F major is? Yes. Do I know where the E flat is? No. So let me go from F major to E flat. There. Back and forth. Slowly introducing a rhythm. Just like we did before, to E flat. Until I don't make mistakes. Once that's there, start introducing the right hand for it. Over and over. Right, but it's super, super slow and methodical. Methodical in that if the problem is with a right hand and you don't know the chord, the song goes down to E flat. You should know E flat. And if you don't, I would concentrate on E flat. What does E flat look like? It's there. What does E flat major look like? Let's build out the major. There it is. Let's play them together. And where does it go to? B flat. Do I know the B flat? Yeah, is there an easier version of E flat to B flat? Yeah. What that does is when it does come time for you to play, again, depends on your proficiency level, but you can then do... Right? Instead of... You can make your sound a bit bigger. For beginner players, it's just, hands separate, breaking it down, and incorporating, let's say you're working on Una Cabeza for the next few weeks as one of your songs. I would concentrate on the chords that are in that song. G minor to F major. Practice your G minor triads. Practice your F major triads. E flat, broken in together. So that you're familiar in working around that. I'm assuming Una Cabeza is not your first song. For those of you working on, someone was asking about the songs in level 1, like Chicken Dance, or Ode to Joy, or Mary Had a Little Lamb. Practice those same techniques, but just for 2 chords, C major and G major, right? I would practice my finger movement to make sure that my thumb knows how to slide under, right? And again, same triads for C major. If these concepts are familiar to you, great. If not, I have free stuff on my channel about triads, 15-minute practice for beginner accordion. I think that's one of the videos. And all these exercises are also on my paid site. There's also a free trial on accordionlove.com. If you have a membership, fantastic. If not, give it a try. I go through each song and how to learn it and how to play it. You recommend to learn both melody and separately. Yeah. Bal Musette, please. Some old music from France. I'm gonna play one more song just because I could hear Fiddler on the Roof in Les Mis. I've never seen Les Mis. Let's do Fiddler on the Roof to a French song. We'll combine them. And then I hear my kids are starting to come out, so I may have to cut it out. Musette sounds. That melody kind of worked, right? The medley. It was confusing, but it worked. Yeah. So how that worked is both songs had a D major and a G major and G minor and C minor, and those are all chords that work together nicely, right? From the D major, we can go to wouldn't have to work hard, and we can go from if I was a rich man to ba 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 da ba da ba da ba ba ba. So those two songs really work together, the French and the Fiddler on the Roof. Let me know if you have any questions. Do you put your accordion in your legs? It's right now it's sitting on my legs. Yeah, it's sitting on my leg. It's sitting on my left leg. So my right leg is free to do whatever it wants. Sorry, I'm going to show you my legs. Hopefully this doesn't fall. It's sitting like this, right? So right in the middle of the bellows. And then when I play, the accordion damaged in the long term. Is the accordion damaged in the long term? Oh, in my legs or the accordion legs, I store the accordion like this on its legs. I don't know why I do that, but I think that's the best way for it to stand. It has its legs. If it's in the case, then it's lying down like that. right? I think that's okay too. Just make sure it doesn't sit like this, because it can get knocked over easily. And it's probably not good for the straps. I don't know if that was your question, but if I'm sitting down, the accordion sits on my left leg. And if I'm standing up, it doesn't sit on my left leg. Any tips on squeezing the bellows smoothly? I have trouble not being too choppy. Someone just made a comment on my YouTube channel that, obviously this is the YouTube channel, that my bellow technique is wrong. I feel like my bellow technique is not correct. That's all I could say about that. I often find myself when I'm performing, my bellow is stretched like all the way out here, and then it gets really close and I run out of steam. Right? Try not to get to that. I can't answer that question. I'm sorry, Kevin. I don't know. I know that there's probably some bellow technique, like 4 in, 4 out. I don't know. I'm comfortable saying I don't know. For the kind of music that I play, the choppiness it's not really too noticeable. It might be, but I don't feel that it detracts from my performance. If I was to play long drony sounds, I've done a few recordings where this had to be the right sound, and then it's really noticeable when you run out of steam, right? But for most papa songs, it's not too noticeable. If you're in a studio recording session, practice your bellow techniques. Otherwise, I don't worry too much about it. But yeah, if your accordion playing is choppy, make sure just concentrate on your left hand. Right? Just practice your left hand and try and make it less choppy. But I don't have exact techniques. I've been told by a repairman that sitting the accordion chest side down will make the lever valves on the reeds bend over time over their own weight. Chest side down. Yeah, I've always been told to stand it up, right? There are these legs on the bottom. Does that show up? Yeah, your accordion has the same thing, these legs, and that's what it's supposed to stand on. So just like this. My accordions always sit like this, beside the piano and upstairs beside my office. Martin, the guy whose store I went to, he has 500 accordions in the store, all on shelves or in cases like this. If it's in the case, and I guess, Nick, that's your point. If it's in the case, it's like this. But the case isn't lying flat. The case is like this. So it would still be on its legs in the case. Yeah. Yeah. How to move a fur of accordion every 2 to 4 tacts? What need to change the direction? I don't know what that means. Let's say a fur is bellows, and every 2 to 4 tacts follow a specific order. I'm assuming your question is, let's say Shostakovich, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then change direction. Do 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 da 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 da. Change direction. Do do. I don't follow that. It's another thing to remember, and we already have so many things to remember. When I learned it, and this is probably bad technique, I just played until I ran out of bellows, and then I would stretch it out until I couldn't hold it anymore and stretch it back in. I don't know how to answer that question, if that's what you mean about the bellows and pumping. I'm sorry, I can't answer questions about bellow technique. I would just do Shostakovich. I'm going to start here and pull out, right? I'm going to go in because we're changing chord. I pulled out. I'm going to pull in. I kind of change direction either when the chord changes, because then there's a change that can happen, or when it gets stretched out. So whichever one comes first. If a chord change happens, I change direction, because there's a break in the music. And if I'm stretched out too much or in too much, then I change direction. Hey, Canada Day! Well, happy Canada Day to you too. Is it Canada Day? July 1st. Belated Canada Day. Happy Independence Day. That was in C minor. That was Shostakovich's second waltz. I think I have to go. That was Shostakovich's second waltz, also called the Jazz Suite, because they considered those chords to be jazz chords. The performances on my YouTube channel, the sheet music and lesson, are on my website, accordionlove.com. You can sign up for a free 3-day trial, and everything that I've discussed today is on that site. And every song that I played, there's sheet music and lessons too. Yeah, if you have any questions, write them in the comments. I'll put timestamps in the video description after I come back from the market. Oh, hello, Eastern Canada. Your man making an exercise to start improvising. Yes, it's on accordionlove.com. It actually might be on my YouTube channel. If you do a search for improvising, there's a whole series about right-hand improvisation and techniques to do it. Do a search on my YouTube, on my channel, for improvise or improvisation. Yeah, I have some suggestions. I'm sorry, I have to go though. Thank you everyone for tuning in and for all your questions. Happy playing. Have a good weekend.